earlier also we have discussed some questions. Now here you will find variety of question on the same topic, that is correlation, regression and curve fitting. This is a part 1, right? So this I will share in the YouTube as well, right? So what is the first question? So if r is equal to 0, right, then byx is equal to 0, bxy is equal to 0, and third option is both a and b may be 0, and fourth says that byx is equal to bxy. Yes, what will be the correct answer for this, right? So see here, when r is 0, what you find? R0. So what is the relation between, what is bxy, byx? So we have already seen that here bxy as per r notation, alright, or the notation which is known to the various faculty members of the university, is what? Bxy is nothing but a1, right? So I may replace the option by a1 b1 like this also, right? So this you have to keep in mind. Then byx is as per our notation, right? University teachers notation, it is b1, right? So r is 0, and option in terms of these a1 b1 are given, right? That is regression coefficients, right? These are what? All regression coefficient. So is there any result which will relate r with this a1 and b1? So obviously let's here we, in order to get the correct answer, we will use the formula for a1 and b1. What is the formula for a1? A1 is nothing but given by r times what? Sigma x by sigma y. This is, we know, this is what we know. And the formula of b1, right? So ax, this a1 is nothing but, as per this notation, it is bxy, right? And b1 is nothing but byx. So am I going wrong? This is a1, this is b1, sorry, right? So this is b1. Let me erase this, just a minute. Wait, just a minute. So this is equal to, so we have a1 so this is as per notation b1, right, which is equal to nothing but bxy, right? And this byx is a1, which is as per notation byx, and formula for this r sigma y by sigma x, right? So both these are regression coefficient. This is a regression coefficient of x and y, and this is a regression coefficient of y and x. So if you look at the formula, what is given here? R is given, right? So if I, even if I don't know the value of sigma x and sigma y, if I put r as 0, what I will get? I will get b1 0, right? b1 0 means bxy 0, and at the same time, if I'll put r0, so what I am getting? byx also 0. So out of the given option, both this bxy as well as byx both has to be 0. So that's why, what is the correct option? Correct option is both a and b, right? It won't be the possibility that any one of them 0. Once r is 0, then both of them must be 0. Okay, now let's have the next one. If r is greater than 0, next question, right? Then byx and bxy are both. The option given is equal to 0, then less than 0, greater than 0, less than 1. Now what do we mean by r greater than 0, right? So we can write consider this otherwise as r greater than 0 means what? R is positive, right? What is given? R is positive, right? So we know the relationship between r, byx and bxy. What are the relation? Yes, what is the relation between r, bxy and byx? So we have the property, that is magnitude property. So that says that the sign of r, bxy and byx all must be same, right? Sign of r, byx and bxy all must be same. So if suppose r is positive, so what should be byx and bxy? they should be also positive, which is written over here as what? Greater than 0. Okay, so that's why what is the correct option? The correct option is option number C, right? So in this way, variety of question can be framed. You just understand the properties and the various definitions. Okay, now let's move to the next question. So what is given in the next question? So if r is less than 0, so here r less than 0 means we can say it as what? R less than 0 means r is negative, right? R is negative. Okay, so in this case bxy and bxy has to be also negative, right? So what should be correct option? The correct option must be option number B, right? In this way, so this property is very important, that the sign of r, bxy and byx all must be same. Okay, so now let's have the next question, very important question. What it is given, that y is equal to minus 10x, right? And x is equal to what? Minus of 0.1 times y. So what is this? What this represent? Yes, what this represent? This is nothing but what? This is representing what? The regression line, right? This represent the regression line of y on x, right? Whereas what this represents? This represent regression line of what? X on y. So we know that in the regression line of y on x, the coefficient of x is nothing but what? Coefficient of x is what? Regression coefficient, right? Which is denoted by what? B yx, which is as per our notation a1. And in the regression line of x on y, the coefficient of y means this value, right? So this is nothing but what? bxy, which is equal to what? b1, right? So these are two regression coefficients. So what it is asked, so the value of r is required, right? So we know the relation between a1, b1 and r. What is the relation? Relation is r is equal to what? Under root of a1 and b1 into b1, right? So this is a geometric mean, right? This is a formula of geometric mean of what? A1 and b1. So if I, so here I will have directly the value of a1 is minus 10, okay? And then I will have the value of b1 is minus 0.1, okay? Now if I simplify this, minus 10 into minus 0.1, how much I will get? I will get this as minus minus plus into 1, right? So what is under root of 1? Under root of 1 is 1. Now is this a correct answer? But the answer mentioned over here is option number C. So is there anything wrong? Answer is no. So yes, this is not the correct answer. Why? Because if you observe carefully, a1 is negative, b1 is also negative, right? So whenever we will use this formula now, you will have to take care of sign of r also, right? So as both a1 is negative, b1 is also negative. So what should be the correct formula for r? It should be, we will just, as both are negative, we will write before this under root sign minus, right? Because we know that the sign of a1, b1 and r must be same. So we write minus of under root of a1, b1. Otherwise, always you will get it as positive, right? So we will write minus sign. So what should be the correct answer? Correct answer is r is equal to minus 1. So such type of questions which you feel that it's very easy, but still due to the lack of the basic concept, right? Sometimes you may go wrong, right? So this you have to remember. What? The sign of a1, b1 and r all are same. Here it is negative, so r must be also negative. Hence the correct option over here is what? Is the minus 1. Okay, now let's have the next question. What is the next question? That bxy is minus 0.8. Okay, and then byx. What is byx? Byx is minus 0.2. Then what is r? So again both comes out to be negative. So obviously the value of r must be negative. So out of the given option, definitely this will be discarded. Why? Because this is not negative, right? So out of the three options left, we will have to find out the correct one. So the process is very easy. What you will do? You will use the formula. What is the formula? R is equal to, we will write minus, because both are negative, under root of bxy into byx, right? That is equal to what? Minus under root of, what is that? Minus 0.8 into minus 0.2, right? Okay. Let me erase this. Just a minute. So find out how much it comes out to be. So I think you can do this calculation yourself verbally also, right? We have minus of under root of minus 0.8 into minus 0.2. 8 into 8 to the 16, and both are in at one decimal place. So in the final answer, we will put under root of 1.6. So this will give you what the final answer as minus 0.4, right? So this is the final answer. Okay, so that is given in the option number B. Okay, now let's have the next question. If bxy is equal to minus 2 and r is equal to minus 1, then byx is equal to, so see here, r, value of r and one of the regression coefficient is given, and you have to find out the other one, right? So again, we will make use of the same formula. So what is the formula? The formula is r is equal to, we have both are negative, right? All are negative, so we will write minus of under root of bxy into byx. R is minus 1, right? So that is equal to, we have minus of under root of bxy is minus 2 into byx. Simplify this, okay? Remember, though sometimes after calculation you may find that the answer is coming out to be positive, but it won't be the case. You have to assign the negative sign, right? So if you simplify this, so what I will have? So I will have the final answer over here as what? The minus 0.5. Okay, that is option number 4. Now let's have the next question. What is that? For estimating the value of the variable x, the regression equation of variable y on x is used, or the regression equation of variable x on y is used, or any one of them is used, or none of this. Yes. So when we estimate, when we wish to estimate, means when we wish to find out the value of the variable, what? The x. In that case, it is expected that you should have the expression, right, where x is on left side. So it means x is equal to what? You should have certain constant, say b1 into y plus c. So when you will have such type of expression, right, it means x, the quantity which we want to find out, is on the left hand side, and it is expressed in terms of the other variables, then that is used for evaluation of x. So here the correct option is option number B. Here by mistake it is showing A, but it's not A, it's option number B, right? So please note the correction. Here option B is the correct one, right? Now this question, the same question is asked that for estimating value of variable y, which of the equation is used. In that case, what will be your answer? Your answer must be the regression equation of variable y on x is to be used, right? Because this is the line, right, where x is written in terms of y. So this is a regression line of x on y. So for this particular question, the answer is B, right? But if I write in place of variable x over here y, in that case we want regression equation of variable y on x, right? I hope this is clear to you all. Okay, now let's have the next one. Which of the following cannot be possible? Value of a correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient means what? Yes, correlation coefficient means R, right? As per our notation, the here the values for possible values for R is asked. So what it should be? So as we know, the range for R is always between what? The range for R is always between -1 to 1. Okay. So if you look at the values given over here, so what it comes out to be? Here you find that this value is more than 1, right? This value is more than 1. So that's why this is not the correct option. So next question is, which of the following indicates a strong negative correlation? Strong negative correlation. So in the first lecture itself, I have told you the various ranges for values of R, which denotes the type of correlationship, right? Which denotes the type of correlationship. So for a strong negative correlation, right? For a strong negative correlation, what should be the value of R? So I have already told you the bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is that the value of R must be, yes, it should be negative, right? The value of R must be negative and it should vary from -1 to -0.75, right? If the value of R is this, that is from -1 to -0.5, right? You may write less than or equal to here, but it is not equal to -1, right? So if this is the 1, right, then the correlation is a strong negative correlation. So if I include say positive values, then that will be called as a strong positive correlation, right? But if the value of R is -1 exactly, right, if R is -1 exactly, then that is called perfect negative correlation. So this you should keep in mind, right? This you should keep in mind. So is there any value of R which is lying in this bandwidth? Yes, and which is the highest one of, if suppose you will have a number of values, okay, so here you can find there are 2 negative values of R and they are in this falling in this range, right? So in this case you will have to select which one for the strongest one, the highest one. So which one is the highest over here? The highest over here is this -0.857, right? This is the highest one. So this will be considered as the strong negative correlation. I hope this is clear to you all. Okay. So now next question is, both regression coefficient cannot exceed what? Option given is 1, -1, 0, maximum. Yes, what is possibility that both regression coefficient cannot be greater than what? Yes, cannot be greater than what? Regression coefficient. Yes, what should be the correct answer for this? So the correct answer for this is, as per the property of regression coefficient, what I have said, that the both cannot be greater than 1, right? Both cannot be greater than 1. If suppose I have A1 as less than 1, right, then in that case B1 must be greater than 1. Or at the most, what should be possibility? That both A1 as well as B1 both must be less than 1, right? But both cannot be greater than 1. Why? Because we know that the range of R, right, the range of R is always between -1 to 1. So if both will take the value greater than 1, so R will go beyond the range, right? So that's why both cannot be greater than 1, both cannot exceed 1. Okay. Now next one, the average relationship between the two variables is, So the different choices are given: correlation, rank correlation, regression, both correlation and regression. Yes, average relationship between the two variables is required. Average means contribution of both the variables. Okay, so when we want to check the dependency and independency of the two variables, then that is nothing but correlation. But when the average relationship between them we have to estimate, then that is called the regression, right? That is what is called as a regression. So here answer is the regression, right? Because the estimation of prediction of unknown values of one variable from the known values of another variable is getting done. So the major it measures the nature and extent of correlationship. To what extent we have the correlationship, right? So that is being measured with the help of the regression. Okay, so answer for this is option number C. Now let's have the next question. Now the next question is the general problem of finding equation of approximate curve which fits a given data is called. Yes, what are the options given? Option given are curve fitting, approximate curve, linear form, empirical relation. Right. So general problem of finding the equation. We want to find the equation, right, which will approximate the curve of a best fit is called as what? So that is nothing but called as a curve fitting. We don't want to find a curve. We have to find out the equation of the curve. Okay. You have to find out the equation of the curve. So that is nothing but curve fitting. If you want to find a curve which will fit the given data, then that is called as a approximate curve. Okay. So these definitions which I have told you earlier, this you have to keep in mind in order to answer such type of question. Okay. Now next one, the best representative curve to the set of point is the curve for which the sum of square of residual is minimum. This is known as, so here option is already mentioned here, principle of least square. So let me explain this in detail. So what this statement exactly means. So what we have to fit a certain curve to the given data. Suppose these are the given data, right, available, and you have to fit the curve. Say you have to fit the straight line, right? So straight line, this is the straight line to be fitted, right? So what we have to do, we have to find out the distance of each of these points from this curve, right? You will have to find out the distance of each of these points from this curve. So this distance is nothing but a residual, right? This distance is what? The residual, right? And in the this principle of least square says uh, deals about what? It deals about the minimizing the square of these distances. Means suppose if I denote distance d, right, d by distance of each of this point, right? So what you have to do, you have to take the square of this, and if the sum of this square of the distance means residual is minimum, then that curve is considered as a curve of best fit. Okay, so this is as per the theory. So for this you should know the theory very well. Now next part, next question. When the relation is of a quantitative nature, so here uh, read this statement carefully, right? When the relationship uh, is of a quantitative nature, right, the appropriate statistical tool for discovering and measuring the relationship. So we have to measure the relationship. Expressing the brief formula is known as. So when you have to measure the relationship quantitatively, whether the two related variables are related and what is the quantitative relationship between them. Okay, so that is nothing but a correlation, right? That is nothing but a correlation. But at the same time, when you have to measure the relationship and there you have to check the qualitative nature, then that is called as a rank correlation, right? So this I have already told you the difference between correlation and rank correlation, right, while dealing with the theory. So when we do correlation, we just measure the quantitative nature, right? And when rank correlation, so you have to measure the qualitative nature of the statistical data. Okay, so your answer is option number A. So you can see here itself that so many questions can be framed on the definition, then the concept, right, various tools related to the correlations. So let's have the next one. This correlation was developed by Spearman, right? So this is very, very important. You should know who has invented which concept, right? Who has invented which concept. So remember Carl Pearson. Carl Pearson invented what? Correlation. Simple quantitative correlation, right? Whereas Spearman introduced the qualitative nature of relationship, right? That is what we call as a rank correlation. Okay, so this particular question can be answered if you know these two things. Okay, so your answer is rank correlation. Okay, now let me explain. You may not be aware of this simple correlation, then the multiple correlation or partial correlation. So what is mean by simple correlation? When the relationship between the two variables are studied, right? Two variables are studied, then that is called as a simple correlation. Then what is mean by multiple? Multiple means when the relationship amongst more than two variables. More than two variables means three or more, right? Are studied simultaneously. Then that is called as a multiple correlation, right? Now, what do we mean by partial? So when more than two variables are involved, but we study relationship between the only two variables at a time, right? Treating other variable as a constant, right? Say for example, in your class there are 65 students, right? But what I'm doing, I'm just considering the data of only two students and neglecting the others. So that is an example of partial correlation. Okay, so these things should be known to you. Okay, now next one. The ranks are according to the two attributes in a sample are 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rank correlation between them is, these are the choices given. What exactly is given here? So here the data is not given. Here suppose we have x and y as the two variable. So what it is given here, their ranks is given. Ranks of two attributes. What are the two attributes? Say x and y. So their ranks are given. Say ranks are for x is rx, I am denoting here. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas for the other one, what it is? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So like this, without mentioning the data, their ranks are mentioned here, and you are asked to find out the rank correlation. So immediately you will find the difference between these two ranks. Okay, then so it comes out to be like this. Then you will find the square of this, because in the formula we want square of this. So what it will be? So it is 16, 4, 0, 4, 16. Now the question may be there in your mind that we know two different formula for rank correlation. Which one we should use? Yes, so there should not be such type of questions. Why? Because you can see here the data mentioned, right, is not containing any common rank. Common rank means 2.5, 1.5, all are different ranks, na? None of them are same, right? So this is a question where all the data are different. Okay, so in this case we simply apply the formula for a rank correlation for a different data, not for a the similar one, repeated one. So what is the formula? It is r is equal to 1 minus 6 times summation of d square and upon n cube minus n, right? So here what is n? The number of data is what? 5. Okay, so we just simply add these data. So 630, so this comes out to be 40, I think, right? Sum of d square, and this just put the values and find out. So you will get the answer as, so this comes out to be minus 1. Okay, if you simplify this now, you will get this as minus 1. Like this, one may have the question on rank correlation like this one, right? Okay, now next one, very important question. What is correct summation of x? Correct sum of x is equal to incorrect sum minus wrong item plus how much? Various options are given. What this exactly requires? So say for example, you will find the sum. Okay, say for example, you will find the sum, and while evaluating the sum, say some of the data is wrong, right? Say in the values of, say if I have the two values, x values for x and y, and by mistake, if suppose I will write a wrong value, so say for example 1 minus 2 0 like this, and here it is say 1 to 3, and by mistake instead of this 0, if I write 2, so definitely this sum will come out to be what? Wrong. So this is my wrong sum. So in order to get the correct sum, what I will do? So from this wrong sum, I will have to subtract the wrong data. What is that? Minus 2. And then add the what? The correct data, right? What is that correct data? 0. Okay. So in this way, you can get the correct sum. Okay. This question may be asked for sum related to y also. So this one has to remember this formula. Correct sum is what? Incorrect sum. From that, subtract the wrong item, right? And insert the correct item. So you will get the correct sum. Very simple. Nothing to do with this topic. It's a simple logical question, right? This you should be able to answer. Okay.